about the opportunity, talking about what the products have done for them. And there's a lot of reasons why people will get involved in this business. As a matter of fact, if we were to take a poll, a scientific poll conducted by a marketing department. Oh, wow, okay. Marketing departments do not conduct scientific polls. Okay, all right. Everyone in this room would have a different reason. Everyone in this room would have a different reason why they want to be a part of this. And it might be down the same vein, it might be in the same category, but it will be different in the purpose and in the determination and in terms of how you want to go about doing this business and the reason why you want to become involved. There's a lot of reasons that people become involved. Some people just want to be their own boss. Raise your hand if you just want to be your own boss. Of course you want to be your own boss. Man, sometimes it's hard to work for other people. Is that true? Or is that true?
It's true.
It's just hard. So some people get involved because they want to be their own boss. They want to get out of the rat race. They want to take control of their lives. On the plane ride here, I opened up an article that listed the most wealthiest people in the entire world. And they had exactly one thing in common. Money. Okay. Like I said, they had two incredibly important things in common. The first is they were rich and had a lot of money, and the second was none of them were employees anywhere. They were all business owners. They owned their own business. You could go from the top of the list as Bill Gates and the bottom of the list, Jerry Kempis, whatever it is. I don't know. But you could go through that list, and the two things they had in common: one, they had money, which put them on the list, but two, the other only common denominator was the fact they were from completely different industries. But the only other common denominator is they were in control. They were their own bosses. They did not get there with other people telling them what they could do, what they couldn't do, and it provides a lot of freedom and liberation for people when they can become their own boss. That's why we could have called the field organization a lot of different things. We could have called all of y'all, sorry, I just came from Jacksonville, affiliate marketers, product representatives. We could have called you a lot of things, but really when it comes down to it, you are business owners. Business owners. So as I travel, I speak with a lot of people and I talk to them about, why they're becoming involved. And at the beginning of a presentation like this, I say, hey, there are three things that people want in life. What do you want? And almost consistently, always across the board, want to be healthy, want to be financially independent, and want to have love in my life. And I always kind of joke and say, well, Qivana can help you with two. And then there's one person, oh, I met my husband, and I'm engagement, and whatever. Okay. But we can always help with two. So I recently was on a trip to Vietnam, and through a translator I said, what are the three things that people want in life? And coming from the audience, never before in the 15 years I've been doing this and asking that question, and I heard this single answer. And the answer was, we want freedom. Wow. That one took me back. He said, we just want to be free. We want to be free to travel. We want to be free to start our own businesses. We want a government that helps us and enables us and encourages us to empower us to do what we want. We want to be entrepreneurs. Yet there are so many stipulations in Vietnam. If you want to hold a meeting like this, you've got to go to the government and ask for a permit. We're going to be gathering a lot of people. There's going to be some guy from America that's going to be standing up. This is who he is. This is his background. And it's difficult. It's just difficult. But man, they're hungry for freedom. And right here in the United States, and if there's any Canadians here, that's fine too. Welcome aboard. We live in an incredible place. We live in an incredible place that offers all the freedom that you want. And I shared this on Bob's call this past week. And I said, what is the difference between someone living in Vietnam that has no financial opportunity for freedom and someone living in the United States that has all of it but decides not to participate and pursue it? And the answer to that is absolutely nothing. There is no difference. There is no difference. But people just want to become something. And to become your own boss is important. And it's beautiful. Because I'll tell you what, there's people that were up on stage this morning, and there are people that will be up on stage this afternoon that did not choose network marketing to be a career. And here they were, probably talking to the biggest group of individuals they've ever spoken to before. And they stepped out of the box that they were in, and that journey of personal development takes place. And you know what happens when you step out of the box? The box just gets bigger. That's all. And it's a journey, and you continue to learn, and you continue to progress. And like, Danielle Rich, for example, you talk about her, and her trail to diamond, and what she did to be able to accomplish that. She didn't probably think 5 years ago that she'd be standing up in front of a group of people, that she had an incredible talent, a really, really good talent to lead. Deep inside, an incredible born talent to lead and to direct and to talk in front of crowds. Absolutely incredible. But this really is self-discovery when you get involved in something like this. Why is it that way? Because you're not asked to do a job. You're asked to evolve and grow and build an organization, probably something that most people have not done before. Being your own boss, it's an incredible position to be in. Some people get involved because they want a quality of life. They want to get to a point where they don't have to worry about the bills. I showed this in Jacksonville last week, this same slide, and everyone looked at that slide, big deal, people on the beach. I do that over lunch. But I thought for you, it might look warm. But a quality of life. A quality of life. The ability to get to a position in your life where life is good. You've got the health, you've got the time. Most people don't have time and money. Some people have time and some people have money, but few people have time and money. But it's getting to that point where you can be financially independent to be able to have the quality of life that you want. A sense of community. The Q Angels. If there are any Q Angels here, if you just please stand up and be recognized. Look at this. Wow. Let me tell you about these true angels. Some people want to get involved, and because it's your own business, you can make it the way you want, you can develop it and grow it the way that you want. They have chosen to do something incredible and to impact and affect other people's lives. So they are in Qivana, they are building the business, they are getting paid, but in addition to that, they've created an incredible community. They've participated in a couple of Habitat for Humanity home builds. They've done food drives, kidney walks, food drives, built some houses for Habitat for Humanity. But they created an incredible group. And in their spare time, they decide to get together and just do things good for other people. And so some of you might want to get involved because you want that sense of community. And that's great. Other people might want to become involved because of income. I read yesterday in the Providence Journal, the local newspaper right here. I walked out of my hotel room, I looked down, and they got the paper sitting out. Is it the Providence Journal or the Rhode Island Journal? Thank you for reading. Okay. I walked out, I looked down, right on the front page, yesterday's edition. Did anyone see it? Rhode Islanders, 1 in every 6 are receiving food stamps. 1 in every 6 Rhode Islanders receive food stamps. That's amazing. Before this recession, the average household income in the United States was $50,000 a year. Right now, it's about $46,000 a year. Before the recession started. Imagine what you could do by helping someone get involved and just helping them make even $500 a month. $500 a month translates into $6,000 a year. That's it. $6,000 a year. But think about people who have lost their income, whether it's $5,000 or $10,000, or overtime's been cut, or bonuses have been cut, or significant others lost their job, whatever it might be. But think about that for a second. Think about how you can empower someone by just helping them with $6,000 a year, $5,000 a year, $10,000 a year, whatever it is. Imagine what you can do. I was talking to someone about 6 months ago, and she got involved in the business, and she said, all I want to do is make a car payment. That's my goal. I said, that's why you got involved? I just want to make a car payment. After about 3 or 4 months, she was making a car payment. Talked to her again. You know what she said? All I want to do is just make a house payment. If I could make my car payment and my house payment, that would really alleviate some of the hardships that our family has. And guess what happened 6 months later? She's making a car payment and a house payment. Completely changed her life. Took a complete burden off of her shoulders. But you have the power to do that. you have the power to do that. And you were, it was discussed this morning how you could do that. Some people want to get involved and travel the world, and that's okay too. I've met people who just say, you know what, I'm involved because I want to win trips and I want to travel. I want to see the world. I want to write it off as a business expense when I travel the world and do business in international markets, but I just want to see what is out there. We want to go to exotic places like Idaho. We have a trip in Qivana. We have a trip of a lifetime that's offered every single year. A trip of a lifetime. Unparalleled trip, the best trip of your life, will happen in Qivana for you if you qualify every single year. Some people get involved because of the products. They just love the products. They like the fact that there's science behind the products. They like the fact that they've had a life-changing experience. How many people here have had a positive effect by taking the products? Whatever system that we've got, you just had a positive? Oh, okay, right, all right. You know what we mean when we talk about that. I wish Dr. Lehman were here. I was reviewing this earlier today, and as I looked through kind of what was happening up here on the insulin receptor and the mTOR down here, and you know, the INOS is just, it's near the J and A, and I thought this could be really political. Yes, I don't know what this means. I really don't. And you know what? I don't care. I don't care. But what I do care about is I care that this exists. And that when we talk about our products, that we know that there's science behind them. And a lot of people get involved and they see kind of the changes that are taking place in their life. But what's nice is you don't have to guess whether or not the products work, because like Dr. Lehman said today, they work because they're supported by science, and it's not cheap Google science. It's primary research done by the docs that we have engaged with. So the science is incredible, and we'll continue to find ways to help sell the science. Now with our Prime product, we've got a great Prime product. How many people have here tried Prime? Okay. How many of you have all tried a test strip to find out kind of your levels? And you've done a before and after, and you've probably even presented to people, and you've walked up and you said, hey, you've got to try this. This is absolutely incredible. Hey, just put this on your tongue. See, oh, wow, you're almost dead. Hey, you need to try this Prime product. It's going to really change your life. Am I really almost dead? Yeah, you're almost dead. Here, try this. That's nice. You're going to see in the next few weeks some additional science that will be coming out, and what it has to do with, and Dr. Lehman mentioned it this morning, it has to do with thermal imaging. And when you are involved with, for example, the metabolic system, you can see people, and it's before and after. You can see the before and the after, very, very visible. Other things, it's harder to determine kind of what the before and after is. So what we did is we brought some people into the office. We took a group of individuals, we walked them in, they took a picture. This is a thermal image. They took a picture, the befores are on the top, and if you can see the scale right here, this has to do with body heat. Go ahead, Danielle, take the picture. This has to do with body heat. This has to do with body heat. So on the bottom, where it's really blue and dark, that's 79.2, and on the top it's 94.1, where it gets kind of up in the red and yellow category, right? And so what we did is we brought people into the office. We took their image in a dark room. We brought them out. We had them take one packet of Prime. They sat there for 30 minutes. We walked them back in the exact same room, and we took their picture again. This is the before, and then this is the after. And you can see that when we talk about the fact that our Prime product increases circulation, causes the arteries to expand, relax and expand, and blood flows, we're actually backing it up by some science. So you've got a hand here before and an after, and you can see this individual. No, it's not me, if you were wondering. But you can see kind of the cold spots on the back and through the arms and on the sides and up around the head. And you can see how the circulation in his body has improved in just 30 minutes. Very, very impressive. We are that kind of company. That's where we want to be. Because when we talk about a long-term strategy and long-term building, this is what's going to drive it. And the fact that all of you, you put your names and your reputations on the line every time you talk about Qivana, We want to empower you with the best of the best of the best, and this is how we do it. Transformations. Last week in Jacksonville, we had 4 people on stage. 2 people that had lost over 200 pounds, 1 person that had lost 75 pounds, and a woman that I hadn't seen since convention, who's from convention, had lost 80 pounds. I didn't even recognize her. But we have seen a lot of transformations in people's bodies, and this is specifically metabolic. But we've seen these transformations, and when you all raise your hands and say, yeah, I had an incredible experience with the product, this is what we mean. This is what we mean. Some are more visible than others, obviously. You had some heartfelt testimonials taking place on stage this morning of incredible stories of what's taken place in their individual lives. Those are things that people might have to share. These are some changes that you can actually see visibly in people. And so a lot of people are involved because they want to participate in a great company, the next giant in the nutraceutical industry. Some people want to get involved because they want a car. We've got a lot of different ways that you can qualify for a car. Do you realize that in our business, in our entire industry, there's a lot of companies that have car programs. No other company has as low of an entry point that we have in Qivana. With 6,000 points in your lesser leg, you can qualify for a $300 a month car payment. And it generally progresses up and up all the way to Crown Diamond. And if you get Crown Diamond once, you get a $1,000 car payment guaranteed for 6 months, the first time you hit it. Now, I don't know about you, but a $1,000 car payment can buy a lot of car. True? True. We've got that. Some people just want to be around bright minds. Like Seth Godin.
Oh, no.
Yes. No, some people just want to be around bright minds. What's nice about a group like this is a lot of people come up on stage and they talk and they share and they educate you. But for every 1 person that stands up on stage, there's 10 people in the audience who can do the same thing. But it's great to be around like-minded people, people that have the same vision, and people that are smarter than you. You are never going to grow in this business if you're not around others. That's why when we talk about coming to convention, the importance is coming to convention. Why? You're just around others. You bump into people, you meet friends, you network, you listen to their ideas, you see what's working for them. It's all about networking and becoming better. So a lot of people are becoming involved in Qivana just because they want to be around bright minds. And Bob Sager. Others because of the association and credibility that comes with it. We talked about a number of Olympians that have joined this company. But there's incredible people outside of Olympians that are in this company. If you took an hour and sat down with Jerry Campese and asked him his background, you would be amazed. Same thing with Bob Sager right here. I mean, you want to talk to Albert, you want to talk to Danielle, Maureen, it doesn't matter. There are some incredible people with bright minds, great association in this company. You just want to become better. You want to grow. You want to kind of progress. And that comes with the association of individuals in this group. All right. We often get the question, hey, why don't you talk about numbers? Why don't you talk about numbers? So I'm going to really quickly talk about Q2 sales. Before I share this with you, let me just preface this by saying 99.5% of network marketing companies in the United States have not grown over the last 3 years. Okay? 2010, from 2010 to 2011 in the second quarter, we grew 8%. From 2011 to 2012, we grew another 6%. And that's quarter over quarter growth of the previous year. And what is driving that and what is making it happen? Well, it's you. So you should give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, I am going to share with you some statistics from an individual business owner's organization. Let me talk a little bit about them. In January of this year, they had 4,000 points in total group volume. January of this year. Fast forward to August, and they have 71,000 in total organizational volume. They have gone from silver pros to executive diamonds in a short period of time. And I want you to take a look at that chart. Pretty impressive. I know a lot of you are looking at this saying, wow, What happened? They took a big dip in June. They didn't take a big dip in June. They just had a big May. The trend would have been this, right? They just had a big May. But take a look at that. Who here would want an organization that looks like that? Raise your hand. Who here would like to be an executive diamond from like start to finish in 8 months? Incredible. I can walk the stage. Amazing. Call my name out in front of thousands of people. They'd show my chart up in front of the room. Amazing. So the question isn't who wants this. The question really is who is willing to do the things you need to do to get there. That's the question. So the easy question is, yeah, who wants this? I want it. Who wants a car? I want the car. Who wants a trip? I want a trip. But are you willing to do the things that you need to do to get the car, to get the organization, to get the trip? Yes. They signed up an individual, and in 12 weeks, that individual went from start to diamond in their organization in 12 weeks. But what you don't know is they did 150 presentations for that individual. 150 presentations for one individual in 12 weeks. So, sure you want that, but are you willing to do 150 presentations in a 12-week period? That's a lot. That is Amber and Dean DeGrassa out of Vancouver, British Columbia. I spoke with them on the phone and they shared a few tidbits of information. I said, what's working for you and how are you making this happen? The first point right up here. We worked 146 days straight without a break, 10 to 12 hours a day. That's how we became executive diamonds in 8 months. 146 consecutive days. Weekends were included. Consecutive days, 10 to 12 hours a day. Now this is really important because it's not just working 146 consecutive days, 10 to 12 hours a day. There's an organization that takes place, right? They didn't wake up one morning and say, okay, we need to work 10 to 12 hours today. Who should we contact? I don't know. Do you know anybody? I don't know if I know anybody. Absolutely not. They had everything scheduled from the previous day. They had a list of 300 people. And every morning they would be like, we're going to contact, we're going to contact, we're going to contact. And then in the afternoon, we're going to go meet, we're going to go meet, we're going to go meet. And we're going to do the same thing every single day. And for 146 days straight, they did not take one break. And together, they worked 10 to 12 hours a day. But they were organized. They created their oats. They created their Qivana Power Week. They had it all scheduled every week, who they were going to talk to. They had a list. And they worked with their upline. And that's all they did. All they did. They had their list. They scheduled their time. They worked with their upline. And they were relentless in that process. They said their goal was to get people to gold as soon as they could. As soon as they come in, we want to get them to gold. They don't know what they want. If we wait 30 days, they're going to be out. They're going to be questioning, what did I just buy? What's this prime stuff? I haven't even opened it up. But their goal is they set an expectation up front. They say, hey, we're going to get you to gold. Here's what we're going to do. You need to create a list, schedule some time, and schedule some time, and call us to help you out and to talk about this. They also said the first month is obviously the most important. And this is what they said that I thought was really interesting. They said, you know what? We have found, because they were in this business before January, they said, it's harder to build slow than it is to build fast. It's harder to kind of plunk along than it is just to put the pedal to the metal and drive hard. It's harder to do it that way. Because you engage with someone and they get excited and you focus all your time and attention and maybe they'll start duplicating and maybe they won't, and you'll work with them and then you'll beg them and why don't you try this, and okay, let's go to another person. No, they're doing all of that fast. And so the people that are coming in, that are hitting gold, all of a sudden they're seeing people in their organization grow as well. And then the next month, it grows again, and it grows again. So everyone that they brought in is still totally excited because they can see growth in their businesses. But it is much, much harder to build it slow than it is to build fast. And the key to creating momentum in your business comes down to one thing and one thing only: speed. It's all about speed and how fast you can make it happen. You can enroll 12 people today, or you can enroll 12 people, one a month for the next 12 months, And you will have very, very different organizations when you sit back and take a look at it. We want to talk about fall promotions. Jerry alluded to it just a second ago. A couple fall promotions. First of all, we're going to have a top recruiters dinner at convention this year. You will want to be there. On the Friday night before the Saturday, we're going to have an exclusive meal, exclusive dinner where recognition will take place. We'll give some prizes away. We'll have some special presentations and talks. You will want to be there. This will be the who's who of who is in Qivana. You'll want to be there. It's very, very simple. What do you have to do to qualify? You've got to personally enroll 7 people at 100 points or more. You get a top recruiter's pin, be able to go to top recruiter's dinner. Everybody got that? Yeah. Went through it really quick. Really simple. 7 people between now and convention at 100 points or more, and you're into the dinner. Really simple. You'll receive a top recruiter's pin. Let's talk about Dream Week 2013. Dream Week 2012, we're going to the Mediterranean, and it's the Eastern Mediterranean cruise. So how do you up that? How do you take a bunch of Italians back to Italy and ever improve on that? We don't know. We don't know. But we did find another cruise that is considered to be that much better. Just a little better. And it's a Western Mediterranean cruise. And it is the most popular cruise in all of the Mediterranean. So we're going to start off in Venice in 2013. Take you back where they can't afford roads. We're going to go over to Split, Croatia, spend a day there. Move down or around, go to Naples, Italy. Birthplace of pizza. She's a nice. We're going to spend a day in Rome. We're going to go over to Pisa, see if we can knock that building down because it's been hanging there for a long time. We won't. That's not what we're about. I don't know why I said that. We're going to go to Toulon, France, spend a day in France, and then we're going to finish off the trip in Barcelona, Spain. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Don't ask me what we're going to do in 2014. I don't know how we're going to top it. We will either give one of 2 things away, a trip to the moon or a trip to the sun, discounted, of course. But Dream Week, like I said, we will give away a trip of a lifetime every single year in this business. We want to show our hardworking business owners the rest of the world and allow them to spend time with each other. So, here's one of my favorite commercials from the 1970s. Now, most of you were not alive when I was alive because I'm elderly, but here is one of my favorite commercials. It's a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup commercial, and you got some girl wearing a Walkman. Oh yeah, Sony Walkman. And they walk around a corner, one's carrying chocolate, one's carrying peanut butter. You guys remember this? They walk around the corner, and what does he say?
You got peanut butter in my peanut butter.
You just got peanut butter on my chocolate. No, you just got chocolate on my peanut butter. That's right. So we thought, what if we took the top recruiters promotion and the Dream Week promotion and create something kind of like a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, a little blend of the two, something unique and something different, something that we've never done before. We may not ever do again. We'll see how effective it is. So what we would like to do is this. If you achieve the rank of Diamond or Platinum Star 2 or 4 weeks, and you do that twice, that qualifies you for Dream Week. If you enroll 7 people on 100 points, you go to the top recruiter's dinner. If by chance you do both. Now the end qualification for Dream Week is August 3rd. But if you can enroll 7 people at 100 and hit one of these ranks by January 14th, here's what we're going to do. We are going to give away, if you do those 2 things, we're going to give away a cruise airfare and the cruise package for 2 people, just like you've got right now. If you can enroll 7 people at 100 and still hit those same qualification levels by January 14th, we are going to pay for the cruise for 2 more people on your team. But you've got to do it this fall. So this is the cruise package only, not airfare. So you can go cruise and airfare and cruise portion for 2 others. Now think about this for a second. Just think about this for a second. How you can utilize this in your group. There are some people in this audience that are saying, you know what, I could try, but I know I'm not going to hit diamond by January 14th. I just, you know, I don't know if I can make that. But what you can do is you can go yourself to a couple of people in your group and say, hey, let's work on this together. Let's build an organization. And we've got 2 positions available. One on your left, one on your right, however you want to do it. And say, if I can qualify, and if you'll help me qualify, I'll take you with me. And we'll go enjoy the most incredible week all together. But there's a lot of different ways that you can do this to incentivize people on your team. Hardworking people, brand new people. You can run a promotion. Hey, we're going to give this away to the top recruiter in my organization. And you know what? You can do it your organization, you can do it your organization, you can do it, you can do it you can run a little micro promotion within your own organization if you want to. Or you can just bring your children or whatever, or my children, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can bring whoever you want. But utilize this for your own good. Sound good?
Yeah.
We have not done this before. We want to make this thing effective, but it's only effective through January 14th. So don't wait until Thanksgiving to organize your business. Don't wait until Thanksgiving to say, you know what, I want to make a run for this right through Christmas and New Year's. Because it's harder through Christmas and New Year's. It's great prime time, September, October, and through November. That's the prime time to do it. Don't wake up, you know, New Year's Day and say, okay, I've got 13 days left. I'm going diamond. Let me call some people. Don't do that. I mean, Danielle Rich is good, but she couldn't have done it in 13 days. She would have taken at least a full 2 weeks. At least a full 2 weeks. So organize yourselves. Do a great job. I appreciate being with you here today, and I am going to introduce...
I think we're going to do some recognition first.
We're going to do some recognition first. So I'm going to